Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, I said cookies, yes. Every time I say yes. Why you insist so much? Cookies, but I like the real cookies, not cookies. I want to eat them. So just for a moment, and then we'll be. I want to eat them. All right, there we are. Thank you very much again. So, God, the word God means very little, at least from my understanding. And but Supreme Personality of Godhead is really something, because Godhead means the main divine personality. This is how I understand it. And the supreme, the personality means that God is a person. And that not only that he is a person, but he has many persons. Okay? And amongst these personalities that God has, that God is, Krishna is a supreme, is the main personality amongst the many personality that the person God takes. It's a very nice philosophical concept, and I prefer them very much rather than the God. And from the point of view of rasa, this is completely wrong. Saying that Krishna is God in the world of rasa, that's wrong. Say to Mother Yashoda, your son is God. What? You saw the universal form. How can you say that he is not God? No, that's something. Maybe I've been crazy one moment, or maybe some yogi or some deva plays some trick on me. He's just my son. And say to Radharani, Srimati Radharani, to any of the gopi, he is God. And I say, he said, don't ruin. He is my lover. He cannot be my lover if he is God, so I don't want him to be God. And say to the Gopa said, no, he cannot be God. I defeat him very often in, how you say, that playing one against the other one.
Like wrestling?
Wrestling, yes. Govinda, why are you black? Is there
I'm holding Shanti right now. She's gonna be with her mom, and then I was going to turn my video on.
I didn't understand what you said, but okay.
Oh, I'm holding Shanti. I'm walking with Shanti, so I can't sit down yet.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when he grows up, I want to see Shanti.
Okay.
Anyway, so the concept of Supreme Personality of Godhead is a philosophical concept. And God, as far as I understand or misunderstand or not understand, doesn't mean much. When you say God means the creator, maybe God means the creator. But it's not just the creator. Creator is second, third, fourth class concept of the divine. The most elevated concept of the divine is Krishna in Vrindavan. There is no higher concept than Krishna in Vrindavan, because Krishna in Vrindavan, there is everything. Okay, so now Maharaj Parikshit wanted to know about Krishna, because he has been hearing Shukadeva Goswami talking for 9 cantos. It's a lot. So of course, he loved every word. Because Shiva Bhagavatam is the Amala Purana uh, without uh, without um, well anything wrong or anything. Or,
Spotless,
la
spotless,
mancha, la mancha. How you say mancha in English?
spotless, the
The what?
spotless
Yeah,
Purana, the
it's spotless. Mancha means without, you know,
stain, the stain.
maybe, okay, stain is close.
Mm.
So it's perfect. So how can we say that Maharaj Parikshit wanted more? He wanted more because the Vrindavan Rasa is the utmost philosophical concept. There is nothing more. There is no, yes, blemish also. Um, there is no taste. Rasa also means taste. If we want to make it simple, rasa means taste. When you hear about Krishna in Vrindavan, and when you hear Krishna taking the shape of Narasimha, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. This is Parama Rasa, supreme rasa. And Maharaj Parikshit, well, he was in the line of Krishna. He saw Krishna. He never saw Krishna, with two arms and playing in Vrindavan. He saw it. He saw him only for one moment in four arms. So anyway, he knew that there was something superior, and he wanted to listen. So this very, very, very important discipline that we like to do, listening, then we should give it the maximum importance. Always come to Bhagavatam class, a Bhagavad Gita class, and try to develop taste for hearing. Once, when Bhumi was overburdened by hundreds of thousands of military phalanxes of various conceited demons, dressed like kings, she approached Lord Brahma for relief. There is a very nice note by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and he said, Bhumi didn't go to Satyaloka, to the main Brahma, but to another Brahma. There was like an expansion of the original Brahma somewhere else. She was not qualified to go in Satyaloka. So he went to another Brahma. And she assumed the form of a cow. Why? She took the form of a cow. Because in that culture, there is no better form than a cow. If you want to take the heart of someone, you want to ask something, then you should take the form of a cow. There is no sweeter form than a cow. So she took the form of a cow. She was distressed, tears in her eyes. She appeared before Lord Brahma and told him about his misfortune. Then could Brahma have solved the problem? Yes, probably he could. He could have. But then again, like the other day, I was discussing about different types or levels of Brahma. It was a very long and nice conversation I had with devotees. So just like Bhishma did not want to interject, if this is the right word, into Krishna's pastimes, by jumping off his throne, taking Dushasana and just cut his head. Could he have done that? Of course he could. He was the strongest Kshatriya in the world. If Arjuna had not Krishna's protection, Arjuna was not a half of Bhishma. So but he didn't. Why he didn't? for several reasons. I'm not going to talk about Dharma today, but one of the reasons was that Bhishma, just like and Brahma in this case, they didn't want to interject with Krishna's pastimes. If he had gone and killed Kamsa and killed everybody, everything is, then Krishna couldn't come. And if Krishna couldn't come, we didn't have the Bhagavad Gita. We don't have the Bhagavad, the 10 canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam for that matter. It was everything would have been ruined. So Brahma didn't intervene personally. He went to Lord Vishnu in the ocean of milk. The demigods worship the supreme personality of God. Yes, it's a supreme personality of God. Sometimes certain expressions are used in a general sense, and sometimes in a very specific sense, or various types of specific senses. So, Lord Vishnu in the ocean of milk, which is a Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, is not the supreme personality of God. But here, both the both Maharaj Parikshit and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in explanation, which are unbelievable deep. I love this book that I came across. It is called the Sarartha Darshani. So after you read the 10th canto by Srila Prabhupada, at least that we should not be disrespectful, but obviously the chapter explained by Srila Prabhupada is another level. Then we had the devotee, an important devotee in ISKCON, finishing the 10th canto. But after you have finished reading the 10th canto, then please read the Sarartha Darshani by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because you find in Srila Prabhupada books, many times he refers to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So they worshipped Vishnu, and Lord Brahma heard the words of Vishnu. They were asking, what do we do? Nobody could hear Vishnu's voice, but Brahma could. And then he repeated what Vishnu said. Lord Brahma said to the demigods, he already knew what was going on in the planet Earth. What happened is that there was a huge war between the demigods and the demons, and then they took birth on Earth. Why? Because they wanted to kill brahmanas and cows. Because if you take away brahmanas and cows, the demigods cannot even survive. Then the demigods, they appeared in various families. And then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, again, in a general sense, appeared as the son of Vasudeva. I should say this original and then the potency of the Lord, known as Vishnu Maya, who is as good as the personality of God, will also appear with Lord Krishna. This potency, acting in different capacities, captivates all the world, both material and spiritual. At the request of a master, she will appear with her different potencies in order to execute the work of Lord. Krishna appeared twice, not once. Okay, he appeared as Vishnu in Mathura, as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. At the same time, he appeared in two arms as the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So this is the story who has been confirmed by many acharyas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says it very, very clearly. So why Krishna appeared? Krishna's appeared for three reasons. No, uh, who knows the verse? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartha. This is the three reasons why Krishna. First of all, he protects devotees. What it means protects? It's just like Parikshit. You can take prasada, Mataji. There's no use. Then that's you don't need to cover your mouth. We actually envy you. So they were in how Krishna protects his devotees. What is the best thing that the Krishna does for his devotees? Lila, Nama, Dhamma, Guna. In other words, he gives the devotees knowledge about him. This is the protection. Protection, physical protection. Yes, he also gave, of course, but it's really minimum because for us, this body, another body, there's no different whatsoever. You die, yes, we all going to die. You know, today or tomorrow, in 1 year or 30 years, what happens to this body should make no importance in your. If you are intelligent, a Brahmana, then you should not even think about death because you know that you are eternal. You just take another body. So then we know that Shurasena, the chief of the Yadu dynasty, went to live in Mathura. There he enjoyed the places known as Mathura and also Shurasena. That's another name for Mathura. Since that time, the city of Mathura it's not been created or founded by Shurasena, because Mathura was founded by the who read the Ramayana knows that the younger brother of Ramachandra, while going to kill the demon Lavanasura, he founded a city. The city is Mathura. That's how Mathura was founded. Mathura was not being built by Shurasena. It already existed. The city and district of Mathura are very intimately connected with Krishna, and Krishna actually lives there eternally. Some time ago, Vasudeva, who belonged to the demigod family, the Shura dynasty, they were all demigods. It's a family of demigods. Married Devaki. So, Devaki, after the marriage, he mounted his chariot to return home with his newly married wife. Kamsa, the son of Ugrasena, is the brother of Shurasena. In order to please his sister Devaki on the occasion of her marriage, took charge of the reins of the horses and became the chariot driver. This is very common in India. The father or big brother, etc., they do this for the ladies who are in the day of a marriage. Devaki's father, named Devaka, was very much affectionate to his daughter. Therefore, while she and her husband were leaving home, he gave her a huge dowry of 400 elephants and horses, etc. While Kamsa, controlling the reins of the horses or driving the chariot along the way, an unembodied voice addressed him, "You foolish rascal, the eighth child of this woman you are carrying will kill you." You maybe know the story of the sons of Devaki. You know, they were originally the sons of Marichi who got uh, cursed, and then they took birth as the son of Hiranyakashipu, and then they took the birth again, although not for very long, in Devaki's womb. So Actually, so why somebody, I want to disturb you. Why the demigods advised, told Kamsa that the eighth son of Devaki is going to kill him? Why alarm him?
I would think to speed up the process.
Huh?
So to speed up the process so that he would kill the other son.
Well, kill them or not kill them, there is no difference, in terms of time.
Hmm.
To
So
speed up Krishna's appearance.
to speed up, well, there were no difference. Whether the sons of Devaki were killed or not, then there is another reason, if Yamuna knows something, and say it otherwise, says that Krishna might, this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, is not Manonath, okay? Krishna might not kill Kamsa because of his extreme affection for Devaki. You know? And then the demigod delivered this message from the sky in order to arouse Kamsa's anger toward Devaki. In other words, if Kamsa is demoniac, then you kill him. But if Kamsa is a nice guy, and actually before what happened, and even in certain circumstances during the story, Kamsa was not so bad, was just a demon by birth. It was the incarnation of a demon. Kamsa was envious and sinful, but to be killed by Krishna, he needed to do something extraordinarily bad. Therefore, hearing this omen from the sky, he cut hold of his sister's hair with his left hand, took out his sword with his right hand to cut the head from her body. And Vasudeva started, and here is the part of the Bhagavatam that I wanted to discuss with you. He said, "My dear brother-in-law Kamsa, is killing your wife to you tell it, dear God brother-in-law? What's the point? Why? Who can give me an explanation?"
Maybe to like calm him so that he doesn't
Yes.
further agitate him.
Yes. He said, he thought, if I tell Kamsa that he's a rascal, that he's a demon, then he will immediately, he will get angry. But he wanted to pacify him, tell him, my dear, you're killing my wife, but still you are dear to me. You are the pride of your family. He was a rascal, he was a demon. What pride? He wasn't the pride. Still, for the same reason, and he glorified him. And even great heroes praise your qualities again. Please cool down, Kamsa. I don't want you to kill my wife. How could such a qualified person as you kill a woman, your own sister, especially in the occasion of her marriage? Oh, great hero. One who takes birth is sure to die, for death is born with the body. One may die today or after hundreds of years, but death is sure for every living entity. So, first of all, he was telling you, I don't hate you. You are killing my wife, but I don't hate you. I actually like you. Of course, he didn't like him, but he said that dear brother, etc. And then immediately he said, look, my dear brother, why are you afraid to die? The jiva, you cannot kill the jiva. You cannot kill the body because the body is just a machine. You don't kill a car. You may destroy a car, but you don't kill a car. And you don't kill something that cannot be killed. So And here, Vasudeva says something very nice, very meaningful, is that the death is within the body. It's just a characteristic of the body. So we are now living, having our death, carrying our death around, trying to enjoy this foolish thing than the other one, etc. And also says, you are a kshatriya. You are a kshatriya. You should not be afraid of death. Otherwise, what type of kshatriya you are? Of course, he didn't say that, but we say it between ourselves, that what the warrior does. The warrior fights. When you fight, you can kill or be killed. That's something that you should know from the very first moment you take birth as a kshatriya. So he says, the voice from the sky says you are going to die. Yes, you are going to die. So don't take it so dramatically, trying to kill your sister the day of her marriage. There is nothing worse, nothing lower than that. And then Vasudeva continued and said, the present body turns to dust and again reduced to 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The proprietor of the body, the living entity, the living being, automatically receive another body of material elements according to his fruitive activities. If I now get up and go in the other room, everybody, are you going to cry? Guru Maharaj died. Did you? Would you? No, I just moved another place. And this is what is death. Death means leaving one place to go in another place. That's what Vasudeva was telling to Kamsa. Don't worry about death. Nobody should fear death, but especially you who are a kshatriya. And what about the citizens? If the king acts like the foolish, materialistic, atheistic, then nobody will know philosophy. Nobody will learn philosophy because the A or the ABC of our philosophy is the soul is eternal. So if the king is afraid to die, then everybody says, then our philosophy is useless. It's not a good philosophy. Even our king does not believe in our philosophy. When the next body is obtained, he gives up the present body. Yeah, he leaves one room and goes in another one. He gets out from a car and enters into another car. Just like a person traveling on the road rests one foot on the ground and then lifts the other, or as a worm on a vegetable transfers itself to one leaf and then gives up the previous one, the conditioned soul takes shelter of another body and then gives up the one who had before. This is very nice, that I can give another example. Srila Prabhupada one time said, look, they were in Vrindavan. Look, the monkey. The monkey stay grabbed, is correct, to one branch. It doesn't leave it until he has another branch on the other hand. Otherwise, he falls down. So, in the same way, the living soul, as soon as he has earned another body, then at that point he leaves his present body, because the other body is ready for him. So this is a very nice example. I liked it. Having experienced a situation by seeing or hearing about it, one contemplates and speculates about the situation, and thus one surrenders to it, not considering his present body. Similarly, by mental adjustment, one dreams at night of living under different circumstances in different bodies and forgets its actual position. It's enough to be a little sleepy and you forget about your body. So important it is. But you continue to live in your dreams, but not the body. Not the body. When I sleep, I see very clearly. I don't need glasses. So why I can see so clearly? Because I'm different from the body. If I were the body, that I couldn't, I will not be able to see, even in my dreams. But I see very clearly. So this is nice. Under the same process, one gives up his present body and accepts another. Tata dehantara pratir. That's a very, very important verse from the Bhagavad Gita that all of us who know the hinos minyata dehe komaram jovananjara. Tata dehantara pratir dirastatra namuyati. Even I, or I cannot even remember my name certain times. I know this verse. So, so please learn this verse. It's the A or the ABC of our philosophy.
Could you please repeat it, Guru Maharaj?
Dehinos minyata dehe kauma ramdyavanantara tata dehantara pratir tirastatrana. Dhira. This is a very important word. What dhira means. Mataji, can you explain us?
Dhira means like sober,
Intelligent also.
intelligent.
Intelligent. He doesn't become agitated because he leaves the body. He knows the hina, the hina is someone who lives in the deha. Deha is body. The hina is someone who lives in the body. You are just an occupant of a car. That's how a dhira see the truth, the Jiva Tattva. He knows exactly who he is. At the time of death, according to the thinking, feeling, and willing of the mind, which is involved in fruitive activities, one receives a particular body. What fruitive activities mean? Who can give me an explanation?
Activities that bear fruit or give some sort of type results.
Yes.
Material.
Material. Because activities in spiritual consciousness is not fruitive activity, because you don't do it for your fruit. You do it to Krishna. You don't care about the fruit to you. Okay? So Karma Kanda section of our philosophy explain the difference between Karma Kanda or fruitive activities. Yeah, if you do fruitive activities, I do this because I like, you will take another body. Sure, absolutely sure as death, as you know. It's not a jolly class. We are talking about death, etc. But this is the point. The point is that if you do something because you like, and not because the devotees, the guru, the Krishna, and all the avatar, and not because they like. All the activities that you do because you like, you are going to take another body in this material world. There is no way around this. In other words, the body develops according to activities of the mind. Changes of body are due to the flickering of the mind, for otherwise the soul could remain in its original spiritual body. Well, this is deep. This is very nice. Once you take a material body, then depending from the activities of the mind, you have a body accordingly to your desires. But let's say for a moment that you are a pure devotee, then your body is not material, because the material body develops on the material activities of the mind. Okay? This is the reason, this is the explanation of this paragraph. That's how we already explained. Therefore, since envious, impious activities cause a body in which one suffers in the next life, why should one act impiously? Considering one's welfare, one should not envy anyone, for an envious person must always fear harm from his enemies, either in this life or in the next. Yesterday, one devotee sent me a question saying, how come sometimes devotees are obviously not very advanced? They have very important services like temple president, or it doesn't even come to Mongol Arctic. You know? I heard this a million times in my thinking like that could be envy from your part. Because if he has that position, it's because he earned it. Not in this life, probably, but in the previous life. So he's enjoying the results of his previous activities, and you cannot intervene. You cannot take away something he has earned. There is no victim in this world. Everything coming, it comes because you earn it positively. They said you take a birth as a beautiful woman, man, and you are rich, you are healthy, etc. You shouldn't go there and say, oh, you no, I envy you. I want to steal your inherit. Okay, so if you want to take away something that the other person or devotee has, then you are a thief. You are taking something you don't have that he has. Okay, so you want to, you go to the this devotee was saying, I'm going to the GBC because this devotee, you know, um, then you are a thief. You are taking his he earned this. Of course, that doesn't mean that we see someone with the smoking a cigarette in a temple room and said, okay, you earned it. No, of course not. You should intervene. Okay, but intervene in the way you can, so that the situation is corrected. But philosophically, we have what we earned, and we don't have what we didn't earn. Okay, this is called lower karma, but also Krishna's will. Krishna can decide that one devotee does something, then maybe this devotee doesn't look like qualified, but Krishna wants it. I assure that if Krishna doesn't want some devotee or some person, some man, some woman have what he have, he is capable to take it away without your undue intervention. You are merciful, Vasudeva tells Kamsa, you are merciful. and therefore you should kill her. Indeed, she deserves your affection. Kamsa at that moment is maybe thinking, she deserves my affection. She's going to generate a son who is going to kill me. What affection? You know, I have to protect myself. Shukadeva goes, Kamsa was physically cruel. He was actually a follower of the Rakshasa. So anything very nice that Vasudeva told him was not enough. So what Vasudeva did, of course, all of you know very well, he did something very, very intelligent. Govinda, you know that? What he did to save Devaki's life in this body?
Yes. He
Tell us.
he on the strength of his like honesty and purity, he said that he would give up all the son, like all his sons.
Yes, yes, that was intelligent from Vasudeva, because this was the only way he had to save Devaki's life. Okay, because after all, was not Devaki was supposed to kill him, was his son, her sons, and not even all the sons, only the eighth son. So Devaki, Vasudeva said, I'm going to give you all my sons, so you don't have anything to worry. Please don't kill Devaki. And there is a very nice examples, and I'm not going to how long we have been going on, half hour, 40 minutes.
It's 9:20 now. I think we started at 8:30.
15 minutes. Okay, so I want to save some time for some questions, if any. So he said, I'm going to give you all my sons, so you don't have to worry. And Kamsa thought, okay, this is acceptable, you know. But then something happened. And he said, Kamsa said, I'm not going to kill all you, but only the eighth I'm going to kill. The other seven, you can keep it. But Narada came and he said, look, all the Yadus, they are the seven children also, most probably they are all demigods. Okay? And of course, they are not as powerful as the eight, but still, they are demigods. So you should fight them. And Narada Muni said to Kamsa to kill all the Vakis' son, because Kamsa was afraid. And Narada Muni is someone you want to listen to. Then he did it. He did it for a reason much similar to what happened to the sons of Shantanu and Ganga. You, of course, all of you know the story. So the sons of their curse was finished, so they wanted to go back to the upper planet. They don't want to stay here. So by the mercy of Narada Muni, he arranged in such a way that the sons of Devaki could go, the six sons of Devaki, the Shadgarba, they are called Shadgarba. Shad means six, Garba means take someone who had taken birth. So the six, they went back to the heavenly planets. The seventh, of course, everybody knows that is Sankarsana, Balarama. He was transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb, who was in Gokula on the other side of the Yamuna. And then the day happened when the eight sons of Devaki took birth, and he took birth with 4 arms and beautiful. And the story after that is another story. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, I will happily answer or try to answer. Yes, Mataji.
Is it true that Krishna brought the Devaki's children back to life?
Sorry?
Is it true Krishna brought Devaki's children back to life?
Yes, that's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. But they were blessed. They came back from the heavenly planets, just like every other deva came in this world to participate to Krishna's lila. We have, yes, we have a lot of devas, etc. The six sons of well, the six the six sons who went to the upper planet, and then they came back in another garb, correct in English, in another reason. But it's a very nice story about the Sadgarba. I'm going to say this, tell you the story one of this. But there is in the Shima Bhagavatam. You can read it there.
You could also tell it.
If you ask me.
Please, please.
Yes, yes. Next time I give a class, I will talk about the six sons of Devaki. In the three, actually four different incarnations. The one is the sons of Marichi Muni. The second is the sons of Hiranyakashipu. The third as the sons of Devaki. And fourth as Devas participated to Krishna Lila. Govinda?
Hare Krishna, Srila Guru Maharaj, and Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much for give the class tonight, Guru Maharaj. It's been very nice. At the very beginning, you brought up the point about how Krishna protects his devotees through Leela, Dhamma, and then I heard Guna. And I was wondering if you could please elaborate on what is meant by guna.
Guna means Krishna is very beautiful. That's guna. Guna means characteristics. Literally, guna means characteristics. Krishna is long, nice hairs, and is very black. Is quite blackish, not black, but kind of bluish blackish. And his eyes are in the form of a lotus flower, lotus leaf, and all this is guna. And you can think about Krishna thinking about his characteristics, just like you can think of Krishna doing some pastime, or you can think of Krishna chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. This is also Krishna's meditation. And the way you're going back to Krishna Loka, 24 hours a day, you should do something connected. Talking about Krishna Lila, talking about Krishna philosophy, talking about, Krishna his lips are kind of reddish, and the Radharani has 3 lines in the neck. All these things you can think, you can talk, and then you become a pure devotee if you do this.
Well, it makes it very easy with all the video classes that you're giving about the pastimes. It makes it easier to think about all the guna, all the characteristics.
Well, I am doing a lot of video classes. I hope you are watching them. It's in Spanish. All of you speak Spanish. But yes. Well, maybe I just promised Mataji Lavanga, and I'm going to talk about the Shadgarba. Maybe in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I can give another video class.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Yamuna?
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories are for Srila Prabhupada. I found something that you read at the beginning to be very interesting about reincarnation, about how the next body that we would take is already there waiting for us when we leave our previous body. And I was wondering if this is always the case, or are there some souls that are in limbo without a body for a while? Maybe a quick accidental death. How can the next body be already ready for us? And is this is this a flexible thing? Is sometimes true and sometimes not? Or would you elaborate, please?
Yeah, I may have misphrased. I didn't mean to say that the body is there in a corner waiting for you to enter. This is not how it works. As you know, the jiva enters into the woman womb and then it develops. When I said that the body is potentially, your karma has already formed your next body because this is the way, because that is your consciousness. So the body is already there, ready for you potentially. And then during the next life, you build it up, through the material nature who helps you. Your body starts building up and becoming a child, and then like this. So if flexible, well, actually it is in one sense, because even if it's so difficult for us to change consciousness, if you live in a world that is similar to your consciousness, obviously, we should not live far away from devotees. The most important of all the disciplines is sadhusanga. There is nothing more important. Even chanting Hare Krishna. If you don't stay with devotees, your quality of the chanting will not be very good, and you're not going to chant all your rounds. And then you get tired of chanting. At the end, you start thinking the same, getting bored about saying the same thing, etc., etc. So sadhusanga, the good sadhusanga, not there are bad sadhusanga. Of course, there are good devotees and bad devotees, obviously, But the sadhusanga, the good sadhusanga, the devotees who are sincere, who are pure, etc., then you should keep that company. In that way, your even if you are not ready to be a certain level of devotee, the devotees, the sadhus, will push you. Even on, even without telling you anything, just watching them, then you will feel like if they did, I can do it. Just watching their beautiful, saintly um, uh, face, and you will feel like I want to do like I want to be like him. I want to be, and then this is how, if you by mercy, by Krishna's mercy, by the Guru, the mercy of the Guru, mercy of the sadhus, etc., by effort that you should always put, then yes, your karma can change. The karma will change. Well, who knows by memory the first verse of the Shikshastaka? Mataji?
I was trying to remember, but I can only get to Chaita Darpana Marjanam.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's sufficient. Yeah, Chetodarpana, Marjana. Well, Marjana means cleaning. Okay, so if you clean your consciousness by association with devotees, by chanting, remembering Nama, Guna, Lila, Rupa, etc., all these things will help you. And then, yes, your karma, your future is flexible, but effort is number one, because Krishna will give you if you want it. We made this example many, many times. A child knows exactly how to scream to the mother to get an ice cream. He knows by nature. He knows that if he says, "Mama, please, I want to," doesn't even listen to him. But he starts yelling, and then she listens. So Srila Prabhupada recorded a very nice presentation and explanation, the Maha Mantra, where he said that the chanting Hare Krishna is like the calling the son for his mother when he misses him. So, then your karma can change, your life can change. Because you don't see the change, then you are not very attracted to it. If you say, I want to be a nice devotee because I want to do this, and you don't see anything, you just want it. But then you may not be so forceful or determined,
Determined.
determined, because you don't see anything. You make it to a temple, there is nobody in the temple room, and there is nothing to, like this. You don't feel, but then you should try to find a nice devotees and also nice devotee within yourself, the Shastra, reading and chanting and all these things. And then your life can change completely. Okay. Yamuna and Govinda, you raise your hand?
Oh, yes, if we still have time.
Huh?
If we still have time, if that's okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know that in a few days, about 100 people have opened this and my video classes. I doubt that all 100 listen up to the end.
mm.
So either we 1 hour or 2 hour, who cares? Nobody's going. It's just for us.
Thank you. Well, my question was, like a basic question is, like we spoke about where Vasudeva was saying that changes of the body are due to the flickering of the mind. And so my question is, why, my understanding is that the intelligence is above the mind. And
Yeah.
so then why does the mind hold so much power if the intelligence is supposed to be superior to the mind?
Because if you're not very intelligent, then your intelligence is not very strong. That to make in such a way that intelligence becomes stronger than the mind, you have to be very intelligent. How you become intelligent? By studies. If you study, then you become strong, become robust. If you don't study, then you don't. So until the intelligence of buddhi becomes stronger than manas. So why manas is stronger than buddhi? Because manas is most trained to do. Because when 24 hours a day, the mind is doing something. But those who are lazy and don't like to study, don't like to chant, especially studying, because referring to Buddha, the philosophy, the pastimes, if it is not enough, then manas is stronger than. And what is manas? Manas is the senses, is sensorial. That's it. That's, in other words, manas become stronger because the senses do a lot of things. And the impression by the senses continuously are piling up in your mind, like in a warehouse. Every second you see things, oh, I like this, I hear things, oh, I like that, to do. And you don't study, then your intelligence can't do anything, that doesn't do much, because it's going to be very easy if you study not to eat meat and not to intoxicate and not to engage in sex life, and very easy. But if you don't do much reading and much hearing, then you lose. This is how it works. There are the physical senses, then there is the subtle senses, okay? Then there are the sense objects. So how it works? That the subtle senses say to the gross senses, go take that object of the senses. Okay, so 3 levels: subtle, gross, and then there is the object of the sense you are going to grab, you're going to see. Okay, you like a form, then there is an object of the senses, and then there is the eyes, and then there is a subtle sense of seeing, and who says to the gross eyes, look at that, because it's beautiful, that you like it. So what happened at that point? That this feeling of likedness of something material, you send it to the mind, thinking, feeling, willing. Okay, so it gets stuck up in the mind, and the mind says to the few times intelligence talk to her, that's just, doesn't work like that literally, just say, then don't disturb me. I got to look, I got to hear, I got to taste, I got to, because there is a lot of things going on, and it's pleasant. Oh, sometimes things go bad, go south, but sometimes it's very nice. So let me enjoy my nice thing, and I'll talk to you about your Bhagavad Gita some other time. Why it happens in this way? Because you don't read it enough. If you read it enough, it's just a question of time, and no, you will yell at the mind, stop that. I am stronger than you. Don't look at that. You have to look to Krishna. Don't hear that. You have to listen to bhajan, because the intelligence is strong. If it is not strong, you lose. Is that clear?
Yes. A follow-up is, so is the mind engaging the intelligence to do these things, or is the intelligence just not really in the picture at all? And if it's weak,
Oh, the weak intelligence is the intelligence that finds reasons to like something that is not likable at all. You see, when you look to something, some form that you like, the intelligence will start talking. Because I don't know, speculating. The ancient Greeks said that, and Plato said that, and Socrates said that. This form is beautiful. Look at the other one; it's terrible. So I'm going to the intelligence participate, giving reasons, intellectual reasons to like it, to like something, and but if you study, you understand that it is no beautiful body. It's all terrible. It's a bones, it's blood, it's marrow, fat. This is the body. Who remember the story of the liquid beauty? I think Yamuna also knows the story. Yamuna, you know the story? You don't remember? Okay. So there were a very beautiful woman, and there was some man was very interested to her because she was really beautiful. And she went, but what was it? But this woman had one problem. She was a devotee of Krishna. So when you get a devotee of Krishna, then your party is spoiled. So she went there and wanted, I don't know what, He don't specify if he just wanted sex or want to marry or whatever. So she said, okay, come back in a few weeks and then I will show my beauty, And he spent those weekends anticipating, looking, or I don't know what he wanted to do. And then he went back, and when the woman who opened the door was like a skeleton, was like this, and there was no brilliance, there's no form, nothing. And he said, "Oh, where is my beautiful lady?" I said, "I am the beautiful lady." And he said, "No, you cannot be. You are not so beautiful." And and she said, "No, no, it's me." And he asked, "So what is your beauty?" And she said, "Come with me." So there was a big recipient of vomit and blood and all kind of things which are inside the body. And he said, "This is your body. This is your beauty. You like it? Okay, enjoy it." This is, it was a Srila Prabhupada told us this story, and it was a very contundente, strong, story. Okay, Lavanga Mataji.
I have a question about the three modes of material nature. So I understand the characteristics of each mode.
Say it
But
again.
when I understand the characteristics of each mode, the qualities of each mode, but when I'm a little bit confused about,
Grasping your words. I don't know what you are saying.
oh, okay. Well, let me say it simply. With the three modes of material nature, are the modes independent forces that act on the living entity, or are they some sort of personalities that act on the living entity? How does that work?
Well, the three gunas or characteristics, like Krishna is characteristics, the gunas and materially characteristics. Actually, there are not only three gunas, but there are much more. There are branches and sub-branches of each of them. So the three main gunas uh, tells you what type of thing or person is by categorizing it according to the qualities that we learn in the Vedas. For instance, if someone wears white, he likes milk, he likes sweet, he likes a nice place, a nice house, and he likes philosophy, like religion, he likes to worship Krishna, etc. What type of person is this?
Goodness.
It's goodness. Because if you study all the characteristics of goodness, then you see what are the characteristics. So in such a way that you can recognize what is in goodness and what not. Why is so important? Well, if you want to talk with somebody about philosophy, you don't go to someone who has a beard or a race, who lives on the street, who why? Because there's Thomas. You're not going to get anything useful. You're interested in philosophy or religion from a person who obviously is not in Sattva-guna. And Rajaguna, if you like activity, you want money, you want do things in your life, then you don't go to someone who sit down all day long studying, because you're not going to get any money from him. Even devotees, if you want a family or this kind of thing, don't marry someone like me, for instance. You're not going to get any money. So it was a joke, obviously. But then you had if you had to recognize the person who has the quality that you want. So if you what you want a family that you need a man with money because you're not going to get any family without money. Today, you need money. Then you have to see if you like, if it's physically dynamic. Because if a man is not physically dynamic, he's not going to like to have children. Because a children, it takes a lot of energy. You know, the children can take the whole of your day completely. Forget about Krishna, forget about everything. You stay there, you know, behind a crying doll, you see, a yelling doll. So if you want children, then you have to look for someone who is in in Tamoguna, in Rajaguna. And then if you want intoxication, for instance, you want to sleep, you want to intoxicate, you don't want to waste time in cleaning yourself, etc., then that's tamas. Because inside the category of tamas, there are this type of. So the three gunas can be explained in many different ways. Now I've chosen one way of explaining that the guna are the characteristics of certain things, certain places, certain persons, certain lifestyle, etc., etc. So depending on what you are and what you want, then you go look. For instance, if you are in Sattva-guna, you like to live, I don't know, you like to live in a place where there are trees, where there are lakes, where there are rivers, you know, and you want to go there and enjoy, you know. Someone in Rajaguna, he gets bored the trees and because he wants to live in the city. Why he wants to live in the city? Because everything is happening in the city, you know. In a lake, nothing happens. So unless you have a perception, let's say a taste of tasting, sorry if I repeat, a tasting for something that can be tasted from within, from inside. Oh, it's nice and beautiful because I like it. You don't need external situations to push you to like it. Then you should go live in the city because in the city you never get bored. There is always somebody who says or does something. So you just walk in the street and you are entertained. This is a Rajoguna. Rajoguna is activity. It's building up. Not keeping, because when you live in the city, when you are in Rajoguna, after some time, you like to create, but you don't like to maintain. So, because maintaining needs another type of nature. This is a little complicated to explain in details. And then Tamoguna. If you are in Tamoguna, you don't. What do you do in a lake? What do you do in a forest? It's too beautiful. You don't want beautiful things. You want things that gives you an immediate pleasure, even if it is low and low and low, like eating meat, like smoking or taking drugs. This is really low because it's dirt. It's everything dirty. You are putting dirty things inside your body, and you are what you eat, and then you become dirty in the mind, in your personality. So this is a short explanation of the three gunas.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, last question, and go wherever you want to go.
May I ask a question also about the gunas? Because I think that even if one is in the mode of not only those in the mode of goodness should hear about Krishna, even those who are in the mode of passion or the mode of ignorance benefit from hearing about Krishna, right? We don't have to be in the mode of goodness already to learn something.
Right, right, yeah. Well, let's say that those who are in Sattva Guna more easily understand, more easily appreciate, because it's cleaned. It takes uncleanness of mind to appreciate Vrindavan, where let me close, to appreciate the beautiful things that are part of Radha Krishna Lila. And that's why when Srila Prabhupada came in the West, one of the first things that he explained to his disciple, he said, I want all my disciples to become Brahmana. Brahmana means Sattva Guna. Brahmana, he likes to study. Brahmana is cleaned physically, mentally, verbally, and because it's easier. As you say, it's not that someone in Rajoguna or Tamaguna cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness, but it's evidently more difficult. That's why we are pushing, please be clean. Please be clean. There are no details in Krishna consciousness, because the details are sections of the, how you say, of the whole, not the substance. There is not one thing that is substance. The substance is made of many different details, and following all these details will help you to become Brahmana.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that we can close here. I want to thank you for the attention, the always very, very, very nice Brahminical questions all of you put in front of me, such a way that I can, how you say, enjoy talking about Krishna. There is nothing more enjoyable in life than talking, hearing, and remembering Krishna. It's just, this is life. Everything else is just waiting for death. Making money and having families and this, and you're just wasting time, and it's coming, and you are there enjoying, and then one day everything is finished. But if you develop taste for hearing, chanting means repeating, and then remembering Krishna, then death, it goes far away. It's far away. Every time you say Hare Krishna, death does a step in the other direction. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hi, thank you very much, Shila Guru Maharaj.
Thank you for giving class. Yeah.
yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.